Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Virgo April 3, 2022. Pay attention to what your instincts are telling you. Although your intuition is sometimes off and on, today you should be able to pick up on things more sharply. You could tune into a vibe that helps you to figure something out. Maybe you will gain insight into a complex character within your close entourage. Or perhaps you will get wind of a change that is happening within your personal environment. This is a good day to recognize the importance of loved ones in your life. Your kids might enjoy a special treat like a trip to a zoo or a favorite museum. You'll feel good, too, if you indulge them. Your romantic partner might enjoy a nice dinner cooked at home. If you feel like experimenting with a special recipe, let yourself be daring. It's important to express the affection that you feel for others right now. You could be feeling unusually open-minded. Maybe you will realize that you have been too rigid and opinionated lately. Right now, you could be more interested in listening to what other people have to say. It's an excellent time to explore alternative points of view. Listen to your coworkers and pay attention to their insights. Their ideas could prove helpful to you in the long run. The current astral configuration could mean financial gain, whether personal or job-related in origin. New opportunities for savings plans, investments, or other forms of passive income could be presented to you, and they're apt to be worthy of consideration. Just take care to analyze every possibility very carefully. You need to make certain that anything you commit to is just right for you. Don't hesitate to let people into your far-reaching plans. They will be curious and interested in hearing about your ideas, giving you some useful advice at the same time. Take criticism seriously. This will help you to become more aware of your weaknesses and to make progress with your previous plans, improving your chances of success. You're more affectionate than ever, and that could mean you score huge points with friends or that special hottie who's been checking you out. Your friendly energy is just right for the day. You're likely to experience a surprise, especially where love and romance are concerned. Don't be afraid of any new experience, as long as you don't become tongue-tied and you are first introduced to the person of your dreams. Instead, appreciate the unforgettable feelings you experience at this memorable time. Today's aspects are suggesting that you get in touch with the child in you and share it with others. You are being invited to take some risks in your life, just like it does every time it changes. Don't worry, there is nothing to be afraid of. All you have to do is open yourself up to the world, to leave your solitary life behind you a bit, and to share all the richness you have inside of you. Don't be surprised if someone approaches you for a helping hand today. With the presence of a vibration, you're likely going to want to help in any way you can. Take care that providing this person with what they ask for doesn't cut into your resources too deeply. This includes time. Be sure that you've met your own responsibilities before you consider taking on or helping with someone else's. Try to work all the factors in beforehand. Today your mind is very strongly influenced by feeling and intuition, so you can communicate especially well with others. You might sense what they need to hear before they know it themselves. This ability could be put to use in many ways. It could enhance your writing skills, or, if you're into performing of any kind, sharpen your abilities to speak, teach, or act. Make the most of it. Where yesterday's new moon has already brought you to the point in the month-long wind down of your old solar year where you are starting to look to the future, the moon's return to Taurus tomorrow will add to this. For now, as the Sun and Mercury align in a nostalgic and reflective part of your chart, this is a chance to look back in an objective and pragmatic way. This is nothing to do with wistful nostalgia and instead, a chance to appraise and better understand the past and the journey this current solar year has taken you on. Knowing that Mars will stay on after she leaves a social and serendipitous part of your chart is giving Venus, the planet of love, the confidence to go all out to bring the laws of attraction and synchronicity into play. It is one thing to provide the clues that can put you in the right place at the right time, but you have to have the confidence to trust what your gut is telling you. Our eyes in the sky. The Aries moon forms an unbalanced aspect to action planet Mars this morning, so getting out of bed when your alarm goes off could be challenging. Thanks to a harsh aspect between Luna and Venus, you might feel weighed down or like you didn't get enough sleep last night. Try to get in some light exercise before heading to work, and avoid grabbing that extra cup of coffee. It could lead to a case of the jitters. A harsh connection between the Sun and Jupiter creates a cerebral vibe that could get the better of you, making it important that you ground yourself and focus on your breath throughout the day. Should you begin to feel overwhelmed, give yourself permission to step back and take a time out, if only for a few minutes. Luckily, the Sun receives some aid from transformative Pluto, which should help you release any unpleasant thoughts or situations that find their way to you. Watch out for breakdowns in communication when the moon shares an off-kilter connection with communicative Mercury this afternoon. Choose your words wisely while this energy is present, and avoid getting sucked into gossip that doesn't concern you. As the day comes to a close, be mindful that you're taking a proactive approach to settling in for the evening. The Aries lunar placement can sometimes lead to insomnia or restless sleep. Just after midnight, Venus in Capricorn squares Chiron in Aries, highlighting insecurities within relationships. Too much of a focus on the optical success or failure of a union can trump the valuable lessons we might learn from holding space for each other as individuals and cherishing what makes us unique and special. We may feel unseen, or at worst, ashamed, of who we are in our partnerships, potentially putting our ambitions on the back burner to prioritize mutual concerns. However, it is our individuality that drew our partners to us in the first place, and so in absence of this, all parties feel depleted, and resentments arise. Healing is possible now, but only by identifying that we feel abandoned in our relationships because we have really abandoned ourselves. Before noon, the Scorpio Sun squares Jupiter in Aquarius. We feel powerful and generous now, desirous of progress that will benefit not only ourselves, but our communities at large. However, hubris can be our downfall, creating the expectation that any plan we set in motion will be too big to fail. We might finance a cause, sign contracts, or agree to sponsor a big deal to get the ball rolling, only later to realize that we have attached our name to something that requires much more work to become legitimate. As a result, we are on the hook, required to give even more than we anticipated, making us wish that we had not invested at all. Something that seemed like a lucky break is now our albatross. If there must be an abundance of anything today, make it an abundance of caution.